Hi everyone, T here with another video today, and today we are going through the speed edit of my last post, Hong Kong slash whatever that foreground was image, and I'm going to explain the process I had and what special things I did or use or whatever. So yeah, just let's watch it. Okay, first things first, the first thing I did is blend the two images I decided to use on this composition, that's a weird word. Yeah, I basically masked it with the layer mask and tried to create the look of sand or dust piling in the corners and all the crevices of the building, so it looked like it was there for a long time. But yeah, I could have done it better, but I didn't. So yeah.
Slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow.
After that, I was trying to think what I could do to add to the image, and I decided to recreate the reflection that I did for the Alaska image. So here I inverted the image upside down, used a lens distortion from Camera Raw, and then warped the image a bit so I had a reflection that I could use. And after that, I created a solid color layer of this yellowish thing, and refined every single edge to try and mask it to the foreground, and lowered the opacity, so when I masked the reflection image to this solid color, it would show whatever is underneath, and that would give me the look of water. At least that was my way of thinking.
Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Okay, right now I was trying to expand the sky. I first tried with the gradient tool. I completely messed it up, so after this I'm going to try to expand the image. It still sucked, and eventually I will get to doing a copy-paste of a section. Here I'm trying to do content fill. It's not working, so yeah, at the end I do this. I copy the space right above the left building and expand that image, and then try to blend that image so it looked real, and it kind of did. So yeah.
Goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Okay, right now if you're seeing this shadow double thing, it's because I completely messed up and I was trying to blend one image that was a little bit shifted in the process of doing this, and I didn't realize it was messed up, but I eventually fixed it up. Everything is cool and nice and anything. So yeah, there's me being up for 30 seconds straight. Thank you. If you are wondering what tool I'm using, this is the patch tool. It's a really nice tool to just patch solid things. So like in this image, the sky is this solid color and there is not much detail, so I like to use something like patch tool to just select whatever the heck I don't like and fix it quickly. It's really easy to use. So yeah, there's that. Okay, right now I'm trying to find a human subject for my composition, and I first chose this image, and with the select subject tool that the new Adobe 2019 has, and really works well. If I would have to rate it, I would rate it really high. But I tried this image and I liked it, but I didn't feel like it meshed completely well. So I ended up scrapping this one, so yeah.
We've no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Okay, after that I tried to find the new one, and I ended up liking this picture, and with select subject it it did everything for me. I didn't need to cut anything out, so that's really cool. I clip mask original shot from the buildings with the Gaussian blur filter on it, so I could create the color grading effect for the first step. So yeah, that way the subject didn't really feel like it didn't belong. So that's a cool thing to do. And here I mess up. I'm trying to do the reflection of the subject, and I don't know why I tried to do a fading reflection, but I completely forgot to try and erase the image below. So since it wouldn't show the whole main subject, it would be faded, there wouldn't be a building right there. So yeah, I messed up there, but whatever, it's done. I didn't notice that at the time, so yeah, fuck that. Okay, to finish the edit, I wanted to add some stars to the sky because I thought it was a bit empty, and I really think that the stars added a bunch of detail to the image that it needed. So yeah, first I tried this stock image, but after a bit of blending I realized that the stars were too big and that didn't work for me. So I ended up using that light thing on the flashlight effect in front of the subject. So there's something I took from it, but yeah, it didn't work. So I ended up using this one instead, and I used the lighten blend mode and tried to mask the bluish tone it gives to the building in a way that it felt like the bluish tone you see in the horizon. So yeah, there's a trick for you.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Right now I'm trying to blend the flashlight into the rocks, and I'm trying to adjust everything so it looked kind of real. I still don't think it read really real, but whatever. And after that I started with camera raw. First of all, I added the vignette effect, so it all would look like a story being told. I don't know why, but vignettes in images like this, where you're trying to tell a story from your main subject, really help me see the story go. I don't know, it just works for me. So yeah, I added the vignette and then started with color grading. So first I usually do first I usually do the basic tools from Camera Raw, and then I jump either to gradients or to, in this case I used gradients, but I usually go to gradients or hue and saturation and luminance, and my headphones are messing up right now. Jesus Christ.
Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
And yeah, here we start to use the calibration tool, and this is what I mainly use to create the final vibe. It's really good to over everything, try to make the vibe overall, that's the word, go in the way you want it to. So after the first layer of camera raw, I start using adjustment layers, and this one is called selective color because yeah, and you go by each color and adjust it by itself. So yeah, I usually use this for whites and neutrals. Whites to make them pop, in this case the neons and lights, and the neutrals to make the environment the way I want it to feel or whatever.
Goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Another layer that I really like to use is the color balance adjustment layer, just to make the whole environment after the first and second color grading feel like something that I really like. And after that I use levels. In this case I'm using it to give light to the main subject by pushing, in this case, the blacks up a bit and the neutrals down a bit, so it makes the layer values lower, so it creates light. It's really easy after you start using them. And after that I'm using a brush with orange and blue from the image and trying to create layers of color that help the image pop a bit more, because I was feeling like the image was flat in color. So yeah, there's that.
So let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Okay, this is another thing that I really like to use, is hue saturation in an adjustment layer, because you can change the whole thing, because sometimes it's a bit off the right color you wanted. It's not the color you got from the first two color adjustment process we did. So yeah, sometimes hue saturation really helps to even brighten the image a bit. So there's another thing. And levels again. This is mainly to make the whites pop, make the blacks blacker, and to flatten the darkest black values, so the image looks a bit faded. Okay, right now I'm trying to use this field blur It's a filter that Photoshop had for the last two versions, I think. I'm using the 2019, but yeah, it's fake blur field, depth of field thing. I haven't experienced a lot with it. I really enjoyed what I did with it, but it's one thing that you have to use to get the use of it and try to understand how it works. It's really cool because you can fake bokeh things, and it helps create a bigger depth of field because that's the use of it. So sorry. And okay, that was it. That was the whole edit and my whole process. After this, I only did the image resize to Instagram, final images, and all that. And I eventually centered the main subject because after resizing it and seeing it on my phone, I realized that the main subject wasn't really centered, and that was messing with my head. But yeah, other than that, that's it. I really hope you can take something out of this one and you learn anything out of whatever the fuck I just said. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and comment because that helps apparently. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.